Your options for mid-range smartphones just got bigger with the release of the TECNO CAMON 50 Ultra. On paper, this thing almost comes with a full package. It's got triple cameras with telephoto, a pretty solid build quality with IP69K rating, a nice curved AMOLED display, and a long-lasting battery life among others. In the same price range, you also have the Redmi Note 15 Pro Plus, offering pretty much the same set of features with a few differences. It is the more expensive option, setting you back 26,000 pesos as compared to TECNO's 20,000 pesos starting price. With that price difference, how does the Redmi Note 15 Pro Plus fare against the TECNO CAMON 50 Ultra? We'll answer that in this comparison. I'm your host Earl, roll that intro. Looking at these two phones, you'd immediately notice the key distinction, which is the design. The TECNO has this vertical camera bump on the left, a plastic frame, and a glass back rocking a subtle two-tone finish. Meanwhile, the Redmi features a square-ish camera module on the upper middle of the back panel that's made of a faux leather material and also has a plastic frame. Honestly speaking, I kinda dig TECNO's design more. It is visually more pleasing to the eyes, at least in my opinion. Not only that, it feels much more comfortable in the hand. While both phones have curved edge design, it is more pronounced on the TECNO. And it's also relatively thinner, having a 7.75mm frame as compared to Redmi's 8.19mm. Also, this might sound like a nitpick already, but I really don't like the additional text here on the Redmi. And it's nice to see TECNO not doing the same. Now, talking about the build quality, both phones sport the highest level of ingress protection, yet with IP66, 68, 69, and IP69K ratings and drop resistance as well. Although TECNO has one advantage up its sleeve, the additional Gorilla Glass 7i on its back. So in terms of design and overall build, I think I'm gonna give it to TECNO. Flipping over to the front, the difference here is not too obvious. Both get curved AMOLED panels with a crisp 1.5K resolution. The Redmi has a tad bit larger 6.83-inch screen size with 120Hz refresh rate, and in contrast, the TECNO sports a 6.78-inch display that runs technically smoother at up to 144Hz refresh rate. It's not an advantage per se. In fact, the 144Hz won't be as useful for daily use since most of the apps runs at 120Hz or less. Anyways, when it comes to the visual experience, you can expect both phones to deliver. Their bezels are thin and the image appears sharp enough for whatever content you're watching. The listening experience is also close. Both phones support dual stereo speakers with Dolby Atmos support, and they both offer loud and decent sound output. The Redmi even has up to 400% volume, but at the expense of clarity. So you may want to keep the volume below 100% since it's already loud enough at that point. As for biometric security, both get the same setup with an under-display fingerprint sensor that's optical by the way, and of course, face unlock. Nothing fancy here as both work reliably fast in our experience. That said, the display segment ends in a tie. Moving on, let's now talk about the performance. Interestingly, even with largely distinct chipsets, both phones perform similarly in synthetic benchmarks. The CAMON 50 Ultra features the MediaTek Dimensity 7400 Ultimate, while the Redmi Note 15 Pro Plus packs the Snapdragon 7S Gen 4. Taking a look at our benchmarks, both phones achieve about 800K in Antutu version 11, and that's not so bad. While the Redmi may have had slightly higher scores in Geekbench CPU and GPU tests, the experience is mostly the same. Both phones are snappy enough for lighter tasks like scrolling on your socials, browsing the web, and taking pictures or video among others. Gaming won't be a highlight here, although both phones are still able to play casual games with no issues. We tried playing non-demanding games and both phones can handle them quite smoothly at medium to high graphics. For more graphic-intensive games, however, you may have to set expectations. Games like Genshin Impact and Wuthering Waves are playable on both devices, albeit the gameplay won't be as smooth even if the graphic settings is set to low. As expected, both phones also warmed up a bit during testing of these games, but not to a point that it was alarmingly hot. So this round ends in another tie. Here comes the most exciting part, the camera performance. TECNO has a major advantage here as it includes a triple rear setup with a dedicated telephoto camera. It sports a 50-megapixel main shooter with OIS, another 50-megapixel for telephoto, and an 8-megapixel ultra-wide. Up front, there's yet another 50-megapixel sensor for selfies. On the other hand, the Redmi Note 15 Pro Plus is left with a dual rear setup consisting of a 200-megapixel main sensor with OIS and an 8-megapixel ultra-wide. Like we always say, a higher megapixel don't necessarily mean better image quality, and it shows. We took pictures of the same subject side by side, and it's a close call in terms of image quality. Photos taken from both phones are decent, having near accurate colors, nice clarity, and a respectable dynamic range with well-preserved shadows and highlight. The telephoto camera on the TECNO pulls through with relatively more detailed shots. This also means you have wider focal lengths to play with, which helps a lot for taking portraits. For video capture, both phones can shoot up to 4K at 30 frames per second. However, for selfies, only TECNO can still shoot at 4K at 30 frames per second, while the Redmi is limited to 1080p at 60 frames per second. And now we're using the Redmi Note 15 Pro Plus, and it's shooting at 1080p at 60 frames per second. So we're utilizing the front-facing camera, and this is the sample video and audio of it. Sup peeps, early Figatech. Right now we're using the TECNO CAMON 50 Ultra, and it's shooting at 4K at 30 frames per second. So right now we're utilizing the front-facing camera, and this is the sample video and audio of it. Videos in general look nice for both, but stabilization is still somewhat a little shaky at 4K, even though both phones have OIS support. That said, I'm giving this round to the Camon 50 Ultra, mainly for having a more flexible camera setup and generally better image processing. Battery-wise, both pack a 6500 mAh unit with varying charging speeds. The TECNO gets a 45 watts wire charging, and the Redmi gets a much faster 100 watts charging speed. Weirdly enough, the Redmi is still not implementing some kind of bypass charging, in which TECNO has. From literally having the same battery capacity and the same performance, it's no surprise that both offer roughly the same battery life as well. In our PC Mark battery test, the Camon 50 Ultra lasted 17 hours and 36 minutes, while the Redmi Note 15 Pro Plus passed a tad bit shorter 16 hours and 40 minutes of uptime. At the end of the day, battery life still mostly depends on how you use it, and despite the higher charging speed, it's not gonna be a major advantage. Therefore, I'm giving this round a tie. On to the software side, the TECNO ships with the latest Android 16 with iOS 16 overlay, while the Redmi runs Xiaomi HyperOS 3 based on Android 16 as well. TECNO is reportedly promised to get 3 major OS upgrades plus 5 years of security patches, and the Redmi will be a year longer with 4 major upgrades and 6 years of security updates. This simply means that both phones will get at least Android 19 provided both companies fulfill their promises. In terms of UI design, one thing's for sure. They're very much alike. iOS-inspired interfaces and blur effects are everywhere, except it looks better and more consistent on the TECNO. But Redmi does offer better animations overall. Connectivity-wise, both phones cover the essentials including Wi-Fi 6, NFC, Bluetooth, and an IR blaster. And I'm happy to report that both phones already support eSIM. TECNO does feature what it calls the one-tap button found on the left side of the phone facing the screen. What I like about it is it can automatically analyze whatever screenshot you took, acting like a notepad on steroids. The Redmi doesn't have anything similar, sadly. Despite the fact, I'm giving this round another tie since it's mostly subject as to which Android skin is better. That's up to you. So, after throwing all the pros and cons about each phone, which one should you get, the TECNO or Camon? Well, if you care more about having a flexible camera experience, a more premium look, and of course, more value for money, then the Camon 50 Ultra might just be the one for you, with prices starting at 19,999 pesos. On the other hand, the Redmi Note 15 Pro Plus sets you back at 25,999 pesos, which is a bit of a hefty price for what it offers. It's not exactly the most powerful mid-range phone out there, but it's definitely one that you can rely on in terms of software support. So if you also consider having a phone from a more established brand like Xiaomi, then you can't go wrong with the Redmi Note 15 Pro Plus. So there you have it. What do you think of this comparison between the TECNO Camon 50 Ultra and the Redmi Note 15 Pro Plus? Are you Team TECNO or Team Redmi? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you find this video helpful, drop a like, subscribe to our channel, and follow us on our socials for more tech news and reviews. Again, this is Earl, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!